Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures Continued, issue number 19 by IDW. So for some reason, I ended up skipping this issue. I mean, I read it, but for some reason, I either didn't record it or I did and lost the file. So we're doing another recording for this. So this is Bullion for You. And this is an issue where the Turtles have to deal with a bank robbery. So we have this fort where we have this guy named Ken Ziff. And Ziff basically built this security system that's going to protect gold bullions that are worth millions of dollars. And he claims that his system is next level and it is unbeatable. And of course, Krang is watching this. Shredder, who's trapped between two dimensions, is watching this. Hobbs is watching this. And they kind of started thinking, oh, maybe we should see if it's really unbreakable. If anyone can actually bust into this place and steal his gold. Ziff basically says he has a Greg system, which is the crown jewel system of his security. It is 100% effective, and he actually wanted April to interview him so that he can put out a challenge to anybody. He's like, no one's going to be able to break into this vault. In fact, I put a challenge. If anyone even comes close enough to touch a bar, to touch a gold bar, I will bail them out myself. So bring it on. So April goes to the Turtles' lair where she's like, this guy is an idiot. Why the hell would you go on live TV and dare thieves to rob you? Like, I can understand having faith in your system, but that's just dumb. Everyone's like, yeah, he sounds kind of like an idiot. That does sound like a stupid thing to do. And Splinter's like, hey, why don't you guys go stake out the place and make sure that no thieves go in and try to steal any of the gold. So they stay out and they watch the place for days. They're just like really bored of doing this. Like, man, we could have been spending this time doing anything else. Could have been playing video games. Could have been watching TV. Could have just been hanging out, eating pizza. Then we got to stand out here to make sure that this idiot doesn't have his gold bar stolen. And that's when Bebop shows up. And Bebop is going to try to break into the place and steal some gold. Because Shredder, as I said before, is trapped between two dimensions. Rocksteady is also trapped between two dimensions. And Krang believes that if I can get some of the gold, I can use the power from the gold to charge up my Dimension X weapons and technology, and I should be able to open up a portal and bring you guys back. Plus, he could be able to use that to create a portal to Dimension X and have his army invade Earth and take it over. So, yeah, they decide, okay, well, we're going to send over Bebop. Which just, one, why would you put all of your trust in Bebop? How many times do these guys have to fail before you give up on Bebop and Rocksteady? Why don't you send like an army of foot ninjas as well? Have some kind of backup. But no, they decide to just send in Bebop. So Bebop goes in. Greg tells them that he's picking up some kind of life form inside this place. They believe that it's the Turtles. So Bebop smashes open the safe door and chucks it on the floor. And the alarm goes off, and it turns out that it wasn't the Turtles, it was actually Hobbs. Hobbs is also taking up the challenge and trying to steal some gold. And he's actually was able to pull it off. He's on top of a pile of gold right now, stuffing a bunch of them into a sack. And he's basically just saying, you idiot, like I spent days reprogramming the computers that monitor the pressure-sensitive floors, and you ruined it in seconds. And Bebop is upset, and he starts fighting Hobbs. He doesn't want anyone else to take the gold, which brings another question. How the hell was he expecting to take all this gold when he doesn't even have a bag with him? Like, was he just gonna like make multiple trips? Like, there are multiple little pyramid stacks of gold bars. How is he gonna carry all this out? All he has is one little hover car. But Hobbs is able to fight against Bebop and is pretty much kicking his butt when the Turtles show up. And the Turtles, rather than, standing back and allowing the two opponents to fight each other and then coming in to pick up the scraps, just beat up on the winner, they decide to announce their presence, which get the two villains to decide, hey, let's team up together and take out the Turtles. So we get a 4v2 that ends with Greg showing up. Greg being the ultimate security system. And it turns out that Greg is actually Chromedome. He believes he's called Greg. He had his memories wiped. And Greg stands for a guarding robot that excels at guarding goods, aka Greg. But it's actually Chromedome. Bebop just socks him in the face. And that's when Hobbs uses this moment while everyone's distracted by Chromedome to just grab a sack of gold and bolt out of there. So he's actually able to steal some gold and make his escape. And Chromedome and Bebop just start punching the hell out of each other. And the Turtles are just watching, which I think it's just kind of funny. Like, this is Should have done that earlier. I thought this was kind of cool where Bebop smacks Chromedome so hard that his memory like gets erased and his base program gets restored. But as they're doing this, we get like a pixelated Bebop. And it just kind of reminds me of the old Super Nintendo games, which is like one of the ways that I got introduced to Turtles. I got introduced to Turtles through the original cartoons and the Konami Nintendo game. That's hard as hell. The funny thing is that that game was actually based not off the cartoons, but actually off of the original Mirage comics. But that game is hard as hell, man. Even to this day, it's tough. I don't know. I just like this panel. It just reminds me of those days. But Chromedome zaps Bebop, takes him out of commission, and then focuses on the Turtles. And we get a 4v1. As this is happening, Bebop gathers himself and decides to book it. So he makes his escape as well. And now it's just the Turtles and Chromedome fighting each other. And the Turtles are they're getting their butts whooped. They're not able to take on Chromedome. He's just beating them pretty easily. So Donnie's like, you know what? I got an idea. And he starts leaving. And so the Turtles try to once again take out Chromedome. Nothing's really working. And then all of a sudden there's this like electrical power that surges through Chromedome. And he gets magnetized to the floor. And it turns out that Ziff, one of his systems to prevent people from stealing the gold, was magnets. That the floor was magnetized, so anyone who tries to steal the gold, I guess they wouldn't be able to because the floor would magnetize the gold. Except that gold isn't magnetized. Thankfully, this comic actually brings that up. It's not just one of those where the writer assumed that gold was magnetized. No, it's just as if being stupid. Because even Donatello earlier is like, yeah, that's a really dumb system because it has no magnetic qualities to it. So having a magnetic floor won't do anything when it comes to preventing the gold from leaving the building. So that was kind of like a thrown away line in the beginning. And now it comes full circle because Donnie is able to program the magnetized floor to activate, which brings Chromedome down to the ground, and now he's unable to move. And so they've won the fight. We get a funny moment where Raph is unable to pick up his side because it's magnetized to the floor. And we cut back to Krang's lair, which is just like a destroyed building. Bebop shows up, and Krang just basically yelling at him, like, "You're such an idiot. You got so distracted by the Turtles that you weren't even able to grab one single gold bar." And that's when Hobbs shows up. And Hobbs is like, hey, how about we work together? We both have something that we want. I have some gold bars that you need. You're able to open up dimensional portals. I want you to do that for me. And he doesn't say this here, but anyone who's been following the series, the reason why he wants to do that is because all of his comrades are stuck at their base. For anyone who doesn't remember that issue, Hobbs and his crew like kidnapped the Turtles, brought it to their base, and then they were going to open up a portal to Earth so that they can go there and steal a bunch of stuff and basically take over Earth and use it as like a secret hideout because Earth is kind of off the grid when it comes to all the other the rest of the galaxy. And the thing is that the portal that they were going to use to portal to Earth, the Turtles had sabotaged it just before they portaled out, and so Hobbs's crew is stuck in their like little dimension. They can't escape. They're trapped there until they're able to fix the portal, which is going to take like centuries almost. But since Krang has the powers to open up dimensional portals, I say powers, but he has the ability to open up dimensional portals because Dimension X technology. Hobbs believes that if he works with Krang, they work together, they both get what they want. Krang can open up the dimension portals, bring back Shredder and Rocksteady, also bring his Dimension X army. Meanwhile, he can create a portal for Hobbs to get his crew out. So everyone wins. And yeah, that's how this issue ends. And then the next issue is the one that I covered last time where Mikey has his It's a Wonderful Life. The issue after that actually comes out today and is going to be released at the same time that this video is. So feel free to jump onto that one if you want. So yeah, that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures Continued, issue number 19. I enjoyed it. Like I like this series. It's one of those series where I can just shut off my brain and just lose myself in nostalgia. This just basically takes me back to my time when I was a young pirate monkey, just watching Saturday morning cartoons, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, Darkwing Duck, good times. And so, Yeah, I like the artwork. Artwork is basically kind of mimicking that style. Stories, it's different as an adult because obviously this is based off of the cartoon series for kids. So this is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles targeted towards kids, specifically younger kids. Though I do feel that maybe they're also trying to like kind of nostalgia bait with adults that grew up with this series. But yeah, I'm not really expecting like super detailed, deep, meaningful plots or anything like that when it comes to this series. Which is funny that I say that because the issue after this, which I've already covered, actually has a pretty deep meaning that really hit me. But other than that, it's just one of those where you just kind of shut off your brain and just kind of go along with the ride, and it's enjoyable. I like it. It's a series that I look forward to seeing every issue of. I know that I'm always going to have, you know, a pretty good time reading them. And this issue is no different. So there you go. I'm kind of rambling at this point. There's issue number 19. I hope you enjoyed. And issue number 20 is already out. It's been out for weeks. And issue number 21 is going to be released. It's more to your liking at the same time that this one is. So if you want to jump to those, feel free to do that. I will leave, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll leave a Saturday Morning Adventures continued playlist so that you can go through all the issues in order if you want. But I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you next time. Take care. Later. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't, I still want to thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next one is more to your liking. With that said, thank you once again, and I hope you guys and gals have a good one. Later.